Hello, friends, and welcome to Adventures in Pixieland. My name's Amy. I am an ordained minister, and we are in Bible study. We are in the NIV, and we are in the book of First Chronicles, and we are in chapter 11. David becomes king over Israel. Now, remember, this was written during a particular time frame when they didn't have access to all the books, so they were writing things down, and it comes out in chronology because this is history for them. To them, they're writing down their history because their history books were destroyed back in the temple in Jerusalem when they're not there anymore. Neither tribe is in place. David becomes king over Israel. All Israel came together to David at Hebron and said, "We are your own flesh and blood. In the past, even while Saul was king, you were the one who led Israel on their military campaigns. And the Lord your God said, 'You will shepherd my people Israel, and you will become their ruler.'" Now, that's not exactly how the history actually reads. You see how that's changed already in their own mindset. Because Judah did this. But Israel contested David as king many times, not just even once, many times. When all the elders of Israel had come to King David at Hebron, he made a compact with them at Hebron before the Lord, and they anointed David king over Israel, as the Lord had promised through Samuel. David conquers Jerusalem, because remember, there were still other peoples in the area. Not all of Israel had been completely conquered, and some of those descendants, which are now think of them as natives, right? Like native Jerusalems, because that's the area they're in. Like for us, like any particular tribe that we might have here. Very particularly heavy if you're looking at like the Aztec or Incas, like that type of, that far back, rooted in an area, trying to give them same sort of level of, like, because complete respect to all native tribes anywhere, so that kind of root, right? And then intermixing, right? Sometimes not by choice, fully acknowledging the not by choice across the board. That's just absolutely not acceptable. But the intermixing occurring with the people of Ishmael. The people of Ishmael, that's the foundation of Muslim. That's really where it starts, because he is the oldest son of Abraham. That's why it's the three, and they worship this. They disagree. That's my personal opinion. They disagree about the worship of the On High in some very extreme ways that makes a lot of people very upset, that I'm not actually going to get into, because that's not my fight. So I'm not in the middle of it. It's just where the history comes from, so you can know how far back we're talking about this going, because we are talking about the BC era here. Not 0 AD in the 2000 something that we're counting right now. Back way before that. That many thousands of years ago. So you have to, when they say blood feud, we're talking all the way back. And at that time, everybody was running around assaulting each other. It was acceptable to the people. So that's what was going on back and forth. David conquers Jerusalem. David and all the Israelites marched to Jerusalem, that is Jebus, like Jebus, the Jebusites who lived there, said to David, "You will not get in here." Nevertheless, David captured the fortress of Zion, which then became the city of David. David had said, "Whoever leads the attack on the Jebusites will become commander-in-chief." Jobab, son of Zeruiah, I do believe is Judah tribe, went up first, and so he received the command. David then took up residence in the fortress, and so it was called the City of David. He built up the city around it from the supporting terraces, they got a footnote to A, or the Milo, Millo, to the surrounding wall. Well, Jobab restored the rest of the city, and David became more and more powerful because the Lord Almighty was with him. David's mighty men. These were the chiefs of David's mighty men. Together with all of Israel, gave his kingship strong support to extend it over the whole land as the Lord promised. This is the list of David's mighty men, which is a good thing to remember, that person in power only has the power that the people around them give them. Once nobody believes in this person anymore and they just stop listening to what they say, the power is removed. Because it's only if there's consequences to disobeying the person or not agreeing with them that it matters. Otherwise, it doesn't matter at all. So we have Jashobeam, Jashobeam. There's a footnote to B. Possibly a variant of Jashab, Jashob hyphen Baal, Baal, or Baal, if you want to pronounce both the A's. Both are correct. This is a variant of the language you're speaking in. Which just really means Lord. It means Lord, but often used to refer to local deities. Like Baal Zebub. Zebub was the town. The Lord of the town. Baal Zebub. That's who ruled there. That was their god. God. Okay. See. Full air quotes intended for anybody who looked away. A Hasmonite, Jashobeam, a Hasmonite, Hacmonit, was the chief of the officers. No, that's got a footnote of C too. Or 30. In some Septuagint manuscripts, this Greek, 3. Also in 2 Samuel 23:80. So he was given like 30 officers. He raised his spear against 300 men, whom he killed in one encounter. So maybe him and his team, they could take on 10, or these were like one man killed, 300 people. That's a lot. Next to him was Eleazar, son of Dodai, Dodai, the Ahohite, Ahohite. When they say these things, they're talking about locations as these people come from. One of the 3 mighty men. He was with David at Pas, P-A-S, Damim, Tamim, when the Philistines gathered there for battle at the place where there was a field full of barley. Cool. The troops fled from the Philistines, but they took their stand in the middle of the field. They defended it and struck the Philistines down, and the Lord brought about a great victory. This is likely because the Philistines believed that God could not conquer them in flat land or in plains, only in hills and mountains. And he was like, oh yeah? You want to see? You want to see? I'll be happy to show you how you're wrong. He does that a lot. Now, that's why we have to be careful what we say. 3 of the 30 chiefs came down to David to the rock at the cave of Adullam, Adullam, while a band of Philistines was encamped in the valley of Rephaim. They often fought like here's 2 mountain things and here's the battle. The battle's taking place in only so many of these kinds of locations. Rephaim is one of them. Depends on what period of history. At that time, David was in the stronghold, And the Philistine garrison was at Bethlehem. See, so that's how far they've gotten in. Land keeps going back and forth, back and forth. Just like any other location through history. David longed for water and said, "Oh, that someone would get me a drink from the well near the gate of Bethlehem." So the three broke through the Philistine line, drew water from the well near the gate at Bethlehem, and carried it back to David. But he refused to drink it. Instead, he poured it out before the Lord. "God forbid that I should do this," he said. "Should I drink the blood of these men who went at the risk of their lives, because they risked their lives to bring it back?" So David would not drink it. So that got him, like, it's not for the glory of me, it's for the glory of God, everything we're doing. So I dedicate this to God. And such were the exploits of the three mighty men. So cool. That in the previous chapters, we actually state all their names. Abishai, so they give it to us. Abishai, the brother of Jobab, was the chief of the three. He raised his spear against 300 men whom he killed, and he was doubly honored above the three and became their commander, even though he was not included among them. Okay. Benaniah, son of Jehoiada, was a valiant fighter from Kazabeel, Kabzeel, who performed great exploits. He struck down 2 of Moab's best men. He also went down into the pit on a snowy day and killed a lion. That's kind of amazing. And he struck down an Egyptian who was 7.5 feet tall. That's really tall. D. There's a footnote, and that is, or about 5 cubits or 2.3 meters. Okay, so that's really, I mean, I know somebody who is almost 7 foot. So, I mean, I know there are people who are about that tall that actually exist in the world. So that's really tall. 7'6" is pretty tall. Although the Egyptian had a spear, like a what? Okay. Like a weaver's rod, so it was long, in his hand. Benaniah went against him with a club. Wow. He snatched the spear from the Egyptian's hand and killed him with his own spear. There you go. Such were the exploits of Benaniah, son of Jehoiada. He too was famous as the three mighty men. He was in greater honor than any of the 30, but he was not included among the 3. And David put him in charge of his bodyguard. Okay, so understand that during different times, because like, why would he go against some of the club? At different times, when people were being suppressed, one of the major things that they would do is remove blacksmiths from their towns. And if you needed anything made, you had to go into a town that was completely controlled by them. So they could approve what it is you were allowed to bring to the blacksmith for repair. Blacksmiths would know not to make you anything that could be a weapon. So they showed it didn't matter. He took his weapons from the others. Somebody who's less trained and less motivated is going to have a harder time. The mighty men were Ashiel, Hel, the brother of Jobab, Elihana, Elhanan, son of Dodo, from Bethlehem, Shemoth, Shmmoth, the Horite, Harorite, Helez, Helez, the Pelonite, Era, the Ikish of Ikish, Ikkesh, from Tekoa, Te, not just the sound, the letter, please, Tekoa, Abiezer, Abiezer, from Ananoth, Anathoth, Sibbecai, Sibbecai, the Hushite, Shushathite, sorry, ITE, not ITH, ITE. Illi, Elah, the Ahoite, Ahohite, Maharai, the Nephotite, that's like he's from Nephtali, which is also, remember, a location at one point. Neto, or Netophathite, maybe he's not, I think he is from Nephtali. Neto, Phathahite, Helid, Heled, son of Baana, Baanah, the Nephatanite. He's from Baanah. I remember that one because his name sounds like banana, like a minion saying banana. So his name is in my brain, and he is definitely from Naphtali. Ithiah, son of Ribai, Ribai, from Gibeah in Benjamin. Benaniah, the Pirathonite, Priathonite, Huriah, Hurai, from the ravines of Gaash, Gaash, Abiel, the Arbathite, so the Arba, that's the salt mounds. Azamaneth, the Barumite, Bhrarumite. Elihaba, Elihba, the Shalabonite, Shalbonite, the sons of Hashim, the Gizonite, Gizonite. Jonathan, the son of Shaggy, yeah, you heard me right, I said Shaggy, Shagee, the Hararite, Hararite. Ahayim, son of Sakar, that's Ahiam, Sacar, like S-A-Car, Sakar, the Hararite. Eliphal, 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 son of Hefer, the Merarchathite, the Ahijah, the Pelonite, Hezro, like Peloton, like Pelon, Pelon. Hezro, the Carmelite. Naarai, Naarai, son of Izabai, Ezbai. Joel, the brother of Nathan. Mibhar, son of Haggai. Zalik, the Ammonite. Naharai, the Betharite, the armor-bearer of Jobab of Zeruah. Ira, the Ithrite. Garibib, the Ithrite. Uriah, the Hittite, that's the one he had murdered so he could have Bathsheba. Zebadad, son of Ahaliel. Adoniah, Adina, son of Shiza, Shiza, like Shiza. That's cool. The Reubenite, who was chief of the Reubenites, and the 30 with him. Hanan, son of Makkah. Josaphat, the Mithanite. Uzziah, the Asherthite. Shammah and Jael, the sons of Hotham, the Arorite. Jedidiah, son of Shimri, his brother Joah, Joha, the Tizite, Tizite. Eliel, Eilel, the Mahavite, Mahavite. Jerebiah and Josaphiah, Joshaviah, the sons of Elanam, Elnam. Ithmaah, the Moabite, and Eliel, Eliel, Obed, and Jaasiel, Jaasiel, the Mesobiite, Mezo, B-A-I-T-E. That is the calling of the names for David. The next one is, the next chapter is about the warriors that joined David. So if you would like to hear their chronicles about their warriors, which is meant to strengthen them in their time of oppression, come back for the next video, friends.